Hi everyone, how's it going? We're going to be starting in a minute. I hope you guys are good. Happy first of the month.
Hey.
Hello. Hi Tobias, how are you?
Hey.
You got your
I'm
camera
good,
on
and you?
before me? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
One second. I've got my camera on too. Uh,
Hey. I think your microphone is muted right now.
so all this time I've been talking,
Yeah.
you couldn't hear anything I was saying.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Oh, good. I was saying I like the rainbow in the background, like really nice and
Yeah.
pretty.
It's been here for a while, yeah.
Has it? Oh,
Since
nice. Sunny
yeah.
days. We'll be starting shortly. So we got Tobias. We're waiting for James.
Yep.
Wait,
You should be here soon.
Yeah,
Let
he'll
me
be
give
soon. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah. I'm good, and you?
Yeah, really good. It's quite a nice day today, so yeah, I'm good. How's your day been so
Yeah.
far?
Pretty good. I've just set up this little webcam up there and made sure it works. It's pretty old, but I think it still does the job.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
your camera looks really clear to be fair.
And it's all good. Let me just give James a quick ping so he gets
Yeah,
in here.
the thing. I love the banter in the group though. You guys are so funny. You lot seem like you have a really good time.
Yeah, I like the atmosphere a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, Gamestation community. We'll be starting the AMA shortly. As a lot of you guys already know, we have free NFTs for grabs, which is so exciting. Oh my gosh, because these NFTs are worth $175 each. So we're giving away free NFTs today for the best questions. So get ready to give your best questions. We're just waiting for James. Oh, it looks like James has jumped on.
Hey, I'm here. How you doing?
Hi,
Hey.
James. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you? How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're really good. Me and Tobias have just been
Awesome.
catching up. It's been so long.
Yep.
We're just like... Yeah. So, are you all good to go?
I'm good to go.
Me
Ah,
too.
lovely. Oh, perfect. Are you okay? Wait, I was gonna say that's fine. Can't see you, but it's cool. You don't need to have your camera on if you don't want. It's
Oh,
all
it's my
good.
camera not on. Ah, okay.
Now we
Nice.
can't
Sorry.
see you. Actually, Tobias, can you
Uh,
see him? It might just be
No,
me.
I can't see him. I think he has to enable it still.
Yeah, you have to enable it.
okay. Well, I'm gonna have to quit and come back. I'll be 2 minutes. Well, less than.
Oh yeah, okay, that's not a problem.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. As I was saying to everyone, for the AMA today, I'll just run you through the agenda, what we'll be doing. So first, we have James and we have Tobias. So James is the CTO and founder. Oh, James has jumped.
Yeah, there he is.
Hi, James. We can see you now.
Yeah.
Just running everyone through the agenda. So the agenda of this AMA today, we have James, who is the CTO and the founder of Kitsumon, and we have Tobias, who's a community manager, and they're going to be answering some of our questions in regards to Kitsumon. As you guys know, we did an IGO with Kitsumon in December. Can't believe it's February already, and we have the INO for the NFT tomorrow, which is taking place at 4 p.m. So they're going to answer all the questions. They're going to answer Twitter questions. And as mentioned, free NFTs are up for grabs. So guys, it'd be so great if you guys can introduce yourself, introduce the team, the developers, and all that good stuff.
Sure. Well, I'll start. I'm James. As you said, I'm the CTO and co-founder. I've been software engineer since I was 18 professionally. And I've been working in blockchain for the last 6 years. I met one of our other co-founders, Sanjay, who's not on the call, on a previous blockchain project. And we've been friends ever since and worked together on several different projects from fintech to protocol development. And he was involved in Kitsumon with our other co-founder, Kane, and he brought me on. And I loved the concept from the start and left my other job and came on board of Kitsumon, and it's been a blast ever since, really.
Awesome. Yes. So I can hear myself double, I think. Wait, can I still know? No, it's better. Okay. So I'm Tobias. I'm the community manager. I I've had a couple of Telegram groups in the past, and with one project a couple of years ago, I met Kane in there as well, and Jay. We started our own project back then. It sadly didn't turn out too well, but we made a lot of good connections there. And then I heard that last year that Kitsumon was getting started, and I asked Kane if I could come on. So ever since then, I've been here, and the team's really nice. So I'm glad to be here.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for the introduction. Yeah, you're correct. The team is really nice. I love you guys. The way you guys banter and stuff. You guys are really, really, really good energy. Like when I see the chat, sometimes you guys just make me laugh.
Yeah, we like to drop the memes and the gifs. I'm a big gif guy, so yeah, we like to have a bit of a. We like to have a laugh and a joke, but I mean, we do take the project very seriously at the same time. So that's for both worlds.
100%. That's a good balance. That's how it should be, to be fair. I love gifts as well, so it's all good. A lot of people don't know about the whole journey. Like, what made you come up with Kitsumo? How did the name come about when you were working on it? Like, why did you come about with it? Like, from the beginning.
I think you know the reason behind the name. Do you not, Tobias?
Yeah. It's basically like a combination of like monster and kitsune. Kitsune is from Japanese folklore. These mystical fox beings, and it's just a combination between kitsune and monster, basically.
Yeah, that's the reason behind the name. As I said, Kane, the co-founder, it's his kind of his creation. It's his idea that he's been working on for several years. And through talking to him, it's taken several iterations. It started off as a not even a blockchain-based game, really. It was just a game that he wanted to develop. It was more of a racing game initially, the initial concept. And then as blockchain kind of, became more prevalent in the gaming space, and especially this year with the explosion of NFTs, it was kind of like, let's try and mix and match all of these, wonderful ideas and technologies together. And that's how we came up with Kitsumon.
Exactly.
Nice. Thanks for that. Thanks for that explanation, guys. What is a vision behind Kitsumo? Like, what is a vision? What is the goals behind it? And what is your mission, just overall?
I think overall, I mean, we get asked like similar questions. For example, like, what problem are you trying to solve? We're not necessarily trying to solve problems. What we're trying to do is build something fun that people want to play and enjoy playing, right? Similar to, I always use the analogy of like Pokemon. When Pokemon was launched, they weren't trying to solve a problem. They'd made something cool and people fell in love with it for decades, right? And that's the same as what we're trying to do with Kitsumon. Our vision is to build a game that people enjoy playing and want to keep on coming back playing, as well as just building some fantastic technology and making some great artwork, which our team are currently working on.
Oh, nice. And you make a fair point. Sometimes it's just about the fun. It's about the game. It's not always about solving something. It's sometimes bringing something that's going to make people enjoy themselves and things like that. So that's a very good point, to be fair. Which takes the game. I would love to hear more about the game, like the mechanisms behind it. Just explain the game, because that's really exciting.
Do you want to take this one, Tobias?
Sure. So basically, Kitsumon is like combining a lot of playstyles from different games like CryptoKitties, Dota, Animal Crossing, and so on. And so we're basically going to be offering gameplay in all of those aspects. So for example, from like CryptoKitties, the breeding aspect, you can breed two kitsus together, create a completely new one. And it's also going to be offering the lifetime royalties as well on the offspring if you sell it on the marketplace. So that's a very nice opportunity. And then we have the Dota aspect. We're going to have a MOBA 5v5 PvP mode, basically in a style similar to Dota, where you can battle other players. And then we're going to have the Animal Crossing elements, which are going to be like professions, like farming, fishing, crafting, and so on. And players are going to have like land there that they can acquire, and then they can use that to do the professions there.
Yeah. It's good to add to that all these different kind of gameplays all intertwined. So, breeding the Kitsumon is not just about breeding Kitsumon. As I said, you can breed Kitsumon to sell and, build these bloodlines and have, good kitsus with good abilities, but the idea is that obviously they would be then sold into people who want to play the MOBA aspect of the game, and the professions part as well is tied into it. So, for example, you might need to replenish your health of your kitsu, or you might want to feed it certain food to affect timers within the game. So all of these different styles of gameplay we try to accommodate for different people. Some people might really enjoy the MOBA, but some people might just want to play professions. And we know from our community chats that a lot of people are really excited about the breeding aspect of this, where they can try and see all the cool combinations that they can actually produce.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people are really excited about that. And I think it's good that you've taken into account there's all different kinds of gamers. So there's not just one kind of gamer. Some people enjoy the breeding, but it just depends on the gamer. So that's really cool. I was going to ask you a question. When is the hatch event taking place? And it'll be cool if we can know like the milestones that have achieved so far.
The hatch event will start on the end of Q1. Where we currently are with that is that we are working with a game studio or a VFX studio called Adia. They're currently producing our 3D models from the 2D concept art that we've been revealing over the last couple of months on Twitter. So we've revealed one of them, Ferrara, so far, and we've started to take delivery now of all of the other Kitsu models. So what we're doing at the moment is we're building what we believe is to be the first 3D generative art pipeline, something that we've not seen before. A lot of these kind of generative art projects are all 2D, where they build layers upon layers upon layers of randomness. We've taken that 2D generative art concept and made it into a 3D concept where the breeding aspect of the DNA contracts that provide the DNA and the abilities of the kitsus, these are all attached to the 3D model parts. And I think there's probably some pictures floating around on our Telegram and Twitter of like the dissected kitsus. So the kitsus are all built with separate models, separate body parts. And this 3D generative pipeline, using the output of the smart contract data, will then take different body parts of two kitsus and stitch them together. So the dev team are currently working on that technology, and we actually did a little sneak peek of one of our test outputs the other day, and it's all working very well. So we're just excited now to take the rest of the 3D models and start to spin out the infinite number of possibilities we've found that we can do with the kitsus and see what we can start creating. But yeah, to answer your question, end of Q1 is when we'll actually be able to hatch the eggs and reveal the 3D models inside of the egg cards that have been sold now.
Oh, nice. That sounds exciting. I can't wait to see all of it. That sounds really, really good. Also, on the battle side of with the whole trainers, I think people want to find out more about that. So that's quite interesting.
Yep. So with the trainers, currently we only have two trainers, which is the guy trainer and a girl trainer. But I don't know if it's been said yet. There's going to be a special Gamestation gamer girl trainer.
Yep. Yeah.
Was I not supposed to say that? Was I not supposed to say that?
No, don't worry, James. You're not in trouble. We announced it to the community yesterday, so it'll be great.
Awesome.
Invite as much as you want.
So yeah, with the trainers we had two. It was just going to be a male and female, but with Gamestation, and we've been working with you guys to produce a special gamer girl with your mascot. With this model, when you're playing the professions and the MOBA, you'll be able to use this special gamer girl mascot player and see that within inside of the world, and that's only exclusive for Gamestation participants.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Yeah, I'm glad that you touched upon it and like somewhat mentioned it. But that's really exciting for the whole Gamestation community, because as you mentioned, it's limited edition for the Gamestation community. And when you buy 3 mystery boxes, so 3 NFTs, you get the Gamer Girl the Gamer Girl's little present, and it is limited edition. So it's really, really cool. And it's just for the Gamestation community. So that's super duper exciting, really.
I think we worked out yesterday with your guys. I think there's only going to be around 190 of these models, theoretically maximum. So they are going to be pretty rare for the people who want to try and get one of these. You're going to be one of 190 of people in the game eventually that can be represented in the Gamestation community. So we're quite excited about seeing these guys around our metaverse.
Yeah, that's super duper exciting. And yeah, it's true actually. 190 is not a lot when you think about it. That is really super limited when you think about it. Considering,
Yeah.
I believe the other entities will be like unlimited. So I feel like that'll be it'll be very, very limited. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I mean even our most the most rarest kitsus are only 250 of the top three each. So I mean the Gamer Girl is kind of a little golden gem in the whole game if you can manage to get hold of one.
Definitely. Yeah, so that's really exciting. Okay, perfect. So let's talk about partnerships. What partnerships do Kitsumon have in the pipeline already, or things that we can look forward to?
We're taking an approach of trying to partner with different metaverses that have some sort of synergies with Kitsumon, especially around the professions gameplay. So one metaverse that we have partnered with is called One Rare. And this metaverse, they are doing a food, it's like a food recipe metaverse, and they've onboarded lots of like Michelin star chefs and famous like TV chefs, all these kind of people who are going to be creating recipes, and these are going to be they're going to create some exclusive recipes for the Kitsu metaverse that can be sold within the side of the professions. And we have some other partnerships in the pipeline, similar again to do with like fashion and clothing and accessories. So people will be able to buy these kind of items, again, NFTs in the marketplaces that are exclusive for Kitsumon. So yeah, we have a few more of them in the pipeline on the metaverse side. On the tech side, well, not necessarily a partnership, but today we published our article about our integration with Chainlink. About how we're using their technology in our systems. This is one article of many that's going to be coming out over the next couple of months. This one's focusing on the what's called the VRF, the verifiable randomness. And we decided to publish this one first because it proves what we're doing in the INO is a fair distribution. Some projects, the insiders get to scoop up all the rarest ones, but we've developed a system that we can prove that the egg that you get out of the mystery box is fair, and we haven't scooped them all up for ourselves. So it's quite an interesting article that Sanjay, our co-founder and principal engineer, wrote up. But yeah, there's lots more things in the pipeline as well that we want to share, but at this time we're not going to be. We'll wait until the time is right.
Yeah, it sounds good. And what we'll do at the end of this AMA, we'll leave the links to all your socials so people can jump into your socials and stay up to date with all the different announcements, articles, and all the things you've got coming in the pipeline, which are really exciting. So I know there's two different types of tokens, if I'm correct. So there's KMC and there's like a candy token. Is it okay if you break it down, the whole utility and tokenomics behind it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So the KMC token itself is a publicly traded token on the blockchain. It's currently listed on QuickSwap and SushiSwap. And the idea is that the in-game MOBA and some of the professions, you'll be able to earn candy. And the reason why we opted for this mechanism is that it decouples the in-game economics from what happens on the external dexes. So, if hopefully, fingers crossed, the token price keeps on going up, we don't want that to exclude users from, players from going inside of the game and playing because they think that the token price is too expensive. So what we decided was to have a publicly traded blockchain token and then an in-game currency. And then we would set that exchange rate and constantly balance it ourselves to keep the in-game economy independent of what's happening on the token market. Still yet to decide whether or not candy will be publicly tradable. It will probably be built on a blockchain, but it may be just a private blockchain so that people can still prove what is happening is fair. But we don't really want the candy to be going out and traded on dexes. So we're still deciding that minor implementation detail. But the reason behind that is, like we say, to keep the in-game still attractive to people, regardless of what is happening on the publicly traded token.
Oh, thanks for explaining that. A quick question. Can you explain the whole NFT minting and the staking for the NFT?
Yes. So the NFT minting, in terms of the NFT minting, so what people will first be buying in the private rounds and the public sales is what we're calling the egg redemption cards. These are standard ERC-721 NFTs. They're being deployed on the Polygon Smartic network. And as you mentioned earlier, there'll be a Big Bang event where people can, if they want to, swap this NFT for the 3D model representation. Of course, you could keep the egg NFTs, and we suspect a lot of people will probably hold on to these for the future. And the NFTs that are in the marketplace that are created by the professions, these will be auto-generated again from the profession system. So as I said, you might play as a farmer, you'll be able to acquire land, you'll be able to plant seeds, and then again through smart contracts, this will spawn certain crops, or if you're fishing, it'll spawn fish. If you're mining for minerals, it'll spawn mineral NFTs. And then the users can then take these NFTs and either assemble them into different combinations to build bigger items. So, for example, again, going to recipes, you might combine fish with rice and make a fish rice dish, or you might assemble different minerals or different minerals and woods and metals to build buildings. But these are all represented as NFTs, and you will be able to either build with these NFTs in the metaverse, or you can actually then just sell them in the marketplace that's going to be on the Kitsumon.com website. So yeah.
Oh, thanks for breaking that down. That kind of led me to my next question, where you kind of covered it when you explained the NFT marketplace and all that good stuff. What I was going to ask is, the community plays such a big part in Kitsumo. So is there some sort of governance? Is there DAO or anything where people they can get their opinions off?
We've toyed with the idea about a DAO, maybe in the future, but we might bring in some sort of governance token. But at the moment, we do take a lot of community feedback in Telegram. So a lot of our Telegram participants are very active. There's a lot of people who like to have their opinions about how we do things, and we do take it all on board and listen. I mean, one case was that when we announced our initial INO schedule, a lot of the community wanted for people who don't know, we ran the staking pools just after we launched our token, where people could stake tokens in order to be eligible for the private sale. When we released the initial INO schedule, or was discussing this with the community, they would prefer that to be at the end of the sale rather than at the start. And we took that feedback on board, and we adjusted our roadmap. So, I mean, currently there's no on-chain governance for that, but we do take community feedback very seriously. So if you guys have any ideas or opinions, you can always come into Telegram and at one of us, or at Tobias usually, and he'll usually disseminate the ideas back to us in our Discord channels. So we do really like to hear from the community, because ultimately we're building it for the community, right? We're not just building it for 10, 50 guys to play. We're building it for hopefully hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people to play. So if you've got ideas or suggestions, please bring them forward. There was a very good one actually the other day about being able to rent out kitsus or something along them lines, and we took that idea internally and discussed how we could potentially do that. So we do listen to what people say on Telegram. We might not always get a chance to respond to every individual person, but we do see everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Sorry, Tobias, I think you were going to say something.
No, nothing. I'm always watching, is what I was going to say. I see it when you write something. So if you have any feedback, just tag me.
See, that's good to know. I think that's good for the community to know that even if they do give their opinion, someone sees it. Because even if you don't respond sometimes, or someone doesn't respond, at least you've read and acknowledged it and maybe taken it into account. So that's good for the community to know. So thanks for addressing that answer. That's the questions we've got now. Basically now we're going to move on to the Twitter questions. And I don't know if you've seen on Twitter, we've had so many questions that we just had to pick 4 or 5 because otherwise we'll be here all day. So we picked 4 questions for you guys to answer. But there's been so many from the Twitter community. So thanks, guys, for all your questions on Twitter. Are you guys ready for the Twitter questions?
Yep, we're ready.
Perfect. So the first Twitter question is from Bam Bang on Twitter, and he has said, what are the ways in which I can increase the value and powers of different kitsus in the game? Once this is achieved, what are the benefits to the player of having the best kitsu in the game? And this would increase the likelihood of improving performance or profits.
The way that the kitsu abilities have been designed is that there's no single one top trump. If anyone's familiar with the game Top Trumps, Top Trumps is a card game where there was always one card that was like the super card, and if you had that, you could always win. We kind of moved away from that idea, and what we decided was to try and make all of the kitsus have balanced abilities. So we might have some that are good at attack, some that are good at defense, some good at healing. And the idea is that, especially in the MOBA side, that you would try to assemble a battle team of a well-rounded number of kitsus, right? So, you might want to have some kitsus in your battle team that are good at attacking, good at defending, and good at healing. In terms of trying to produce a higher quality kitsu, especially through breeding of hybrids, what you would want to look for is, like we mentioned, the bloodlines. Some people will acquire these Gen Zeros, and they might never come back onto the market. People who come in after the INO might not be able to get a Gen Zero. They might only be able to buy hybrids. So what you would want to try and do then is same as kind of like how people cross-pollinate or crossbreed plants to get certain genetic traits and, make them bigger, taller, produce more produce. It's the same with kitsus. You might want to try crossbreeding them with other kitsus in different bloodlines to be able to pick out the abilities and traits that you want in your battle team. So that's one mechanism of trying to improve your kitsu through the aspect of breeding. And as we mentioned as well, the professions, depending on what kind of foods or items that you're feeding your kitsus, or if you're putting them in a rest center, they might recover quicker, faster. There's lots of different ways of being able to do this.
Brilliant. Thanks. That's a really good tip, actually. Yeah, thanks for that. The next question is from Alex, and Alex has said, currently game projects are in great demand by many people, especially play to earn. But what happens if the game will experience decline in enthusiasts? Are there any project fields in the future? What is the strategy to keep this from happening?
That's a good question. Ultimately the market decides what they want, right? And if the market decides that they don't like Kitsumon, then it's unfortunate for us guys, really. But what we are doing currently is we're spending a lot of money and time on marketing and doing AMAs. We've been doing pretty much. I know Tobias and Simon have been pretty much solidly doing AMAs since the token launch, and they've got very good at it. So we're constantly trying to, get the word of Kitsumon out there through AMAs, through marketing on YouTube and Twitter. We've got some good influencers and people who are very excited about the project. A lot of these influencers usually, a lot of them are paid influencers, but a lot of the influencers, when they actually saw our deck and saw our proposition, were like, hey, wait a minute, I want to take NFTs and I want to take KMC because I really like your idea. So all we can do is keep on trying to spread the word of Kitsumon, and if the community like it as well, hopefully the community can take part and spread the Kitsu word, really.
Yeah, I can add something as well to that, which is since you mentioned that what will we do if play to earn isn't popular anymore? I think the one advantage we have is that we are not just building our game on play to earn, we're also building it on just the game itself, like being enjoyable, and the MOBA aspect, the professions aspect, the breeding. So even if play to earn gaming would get a bit less popular, I think our game still has a lot of potential as well to just kind of migrate a bit more in the mainstream market as well and kind of get players from there too.
Brilliant. Yeah. It's good that you've taken it into account. And that is a question that a lot of people did ask. When I was looking at Twitter questions, a lot of people did ask, okay, what would happen if play to earn weren't so popular? But sometimes I guess it's just the community that kind of dictate what happens. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys addressed that.
I mean, again on that, I'll just add on that subject. We are again about some of our partners. We do have MetaGG, which is a gaming guild, and Good Game Guild as well. And they're two of our partners, and I've been backing them since the start. So they are, when the profession gameplay is ready, we're going to be building scholarship programs with these guys that will teach people and train people on how to actually play Kitsumon. So hopefully we can get, if people are, not sure about how the play to earn works, you can always go to these gaming guilds, and we'll link these guys after this as well, so you can get familiar with the platforms. But yeah, we do have partners there that are, helping to promote the play to earn aspect of the game.
Oh, brilliant. I'm glad that you mentioned the scholarship, James, because someone asked me about that the other day. I don't know if you've got a bit more information about the scholarship.
We're still working on developing this out with MetaGG and Good Game Guild. But essentially how usually these scholarships programs work is that we would give them a limited number of free land and NFTs. And what they do is they design tutorials and give mentorship to people on how to actually play the play to earn gameplay. So yeah, as I said, check out MetaGG and GGG, and keep an eye out on them announcements. But yeah, as I said, they'll be focusing mainly on the play to earn aspect, on how to actually play and earn from the professions. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Thanks to look forward to. And people can stay in touch on your Twitter and your Telegram for further announcements in regards to the scholarship, that they've got more questions about. Perfect. Definitely. So the next question is from Brea, and she says, how does a parental Kitsumon's elemental affinity pass on its offspring? What are the factors that make an offspring have the same or different elemental tiers?
Tobias, do you want to take this one, or do you want me to kind of explain that?
I think we needed Kane for that one, probably. It's like it passes, the way it passes on is that it gets from both parents, but the exact way it works.
I can go into a bit more of the technical details. If you want to get in really technical. There's a 256-bit integer. People who want to know more about computer science, or don't know about computer science, you can think of as an integer as a rectangle, and each bit in that rectangle chopped up contains some data. Each Kitsu has a 256-bit storage space where we store all the DNA traits from the Kitsu. So that might be its abilities, its attacks, its defenses, and there'll be a pool of these abilities in each one of the Kitsus. So, for example, you might only have 3 that you can play with, but there'll be 6 different attacks in the gene pool. And then what happens is, again, through smart contracts and again using Chainlink's VRF system, when the 2 Kitsus actually go into the breeding process, the smart contracts will pick from the pools of each one of their parents a complete randomness to pick the individual abilities and then merge them into a new Kitsu, into that 256-bit space that I talked about. Again, we can't dictate how that happens, and it's the same, if you're going to have a child, you can't pick and choose what color hair or how big or how tall or the color of the eyes, right? It's completely random. You don't know until it's born. It's the same with the Kitsu. You won't know its abilities until it's actually hatched out of the egg. And this is what I was saying about, how to improve your Kitsu. You might get a DNA trait that is not too admirable or not what you want in your battle team. So again, you might need to go back into breeding and find a bloodline that has an ability that you really want in your team, and then try and breed with that Kitsu. If you don't have access to that Kitsu, what will happen in the play to earn profession game is that we will actually have something what we call a searing center, where people can actually put their NFTs into this breeding center and essentially receive some royalties back. But it will mean that the breeding center allows them Kitsus to have their DNAs publicly bred out to different people who want to try to acquire them. I hope that answers the question. It was very technical question, but I hope it answered your question. And again, if you want more details, please do come into Telegram, and we'll get Sanjay in there as well, who's done a lot of the code behind this, and he can go into a lot more of the specifics on that side of things. Yeah.
Do you know what? That was more technical than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that breakdown. That was technical, but that was really good. Okay, this is the last Twitter question. And this question is from Die Hard on Twitter, and they've said, "I saw Kitsumo is good one based on NFT gaming. Will you be able to chat amongst themselves while playing the beautiful game? Also, are those that play the game have the opportunity to win as they play?"
We haven't had any thoughts or ideas yet about building a chat system. It's something we would have to consider. There's lots of potential legalities around that, especially depending on like the age of people who are playing the game. So it's not something that we've necessarily considered as of yet, but obviously there is unofficial channels or official channels such as our Discord and our Telegram where you will be able to communicate. Whether or not that happens within inside of the game, we haven't really had any too many thoughts about that. And sorry, the second part of the question was.
He said, also, will those who play the game have the opportunity to win as they play?
Oh yeah, so there will actually be in-game rewards for MOBA, definitely. For example, if there will be quests, or there'll be daily prizes for the people who win so many battles. There'll be leaderboards, so if you're the winning the most battles in a month or a week or a day or whatever the time period may be, you'll be given rewards. We're also going to be having a reward system for our marketplace, so people who trade and are active in our marketplace will be eligible for KMC rewards as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think that definitely answered the question. Thank you so much, guys, for answering the Twitter questions. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to open up the chat to the community. I know the community's had so many questions, so we're going to open up the chat for 120 seconds. You guys can get all your questions over to James and Tobias. And what you guys are going to do is you're going to pick 3 of the winning questions, which, as you guys know, you can win an NFT. And these NFTs are super duper duper valuable. Like, imagine on INO, one NFT is $175. And that's just not even the floor price or anything. So yeah, guys, you want to win an NFT, of course. So get your questions in.
I can see the chat's exploding up on my other screen. I love it when this happens.
Yeah, this is the fun part, right? You guys reading all the questions?
I'm trying to get them. I'm screenshotting them before they disappear off my screen.
Okay, 120 seconds is up. So the chat's now muted and you guys can have a look at the questions, see what questions you want to answer. As mentioned, we're going to be picking winners from Twitter and Telegram. So get your questions in and yeah, you guys can pick whatever questions you like.
I've got 2 questions that I saw, and maybe I'll start to answer these two. I'll start to answer these 2, Tobias, and you can pick a couple more if you like. Sure. So there was one question that I saw from, sorry if I don't pronounce this right, Pozu Informas. Are there any security features that are implemented to your project so it may prevent hacking smart contracts, exploits, Yes, so currently our contracts are under review by Hacken, who are a very well known and renowned smart contracting and audit company. They are reviewing all of our contracts now, and I mean, fingers crossed, obviously, that there's nothing wrong with them. But I mean, we still have enough time to fix any vulnerabilities. But I mean, to add on to that, we will be launching bug bounty and white hat hacking initiatives for the community. If they do find anything, you take the responsible disclosure route and notify the team. And we will be giving rewards out for them kind of bug bounty fines. But yeah, to succinctly answer that question, we are getting the contracts audited by a reputable company, and we'll be publishing the results of them audits once they've been finalised. There's another one here from G-Bullet Cobump. Can you list the killer features of your project that makes it ahead of the competitors? I touched upon this before, but we're very proud of this 3D generative pipeline that we've been developing. It's something that we've not seen anywhere in any of the projects. As I said before, they're all 2D generative arts, and the amount of work and effort that goes into not just building the code that stitches it together, but actually from Ada, who are doing the VFX and the design of the models. We give them the original concept art, but there's several iterations that they have to go through to actually sure that, like I say, the body parts, because of the unique designs of the Kitsus, can actually work together and be stitched together in such a manner, and as well as work on the animations, so that no matter what kind of body parts that have been put together in this pipeline, still work and look and feel natural. So I would say that was our biggest killer feature, being able to actually have and we did confirm this the other day actually when we spoke to them, pretty much an infinite number or infinite variation of kitsus that can actually be produced out of this, and in a full 3D aspect. I personally believe is one of our killer features. Any features that you particularly like, Tobias?
I think the best feature is definitely that we are combining so many different things into one and making it all good quality. I think that's a very rare thing. I haven't really seen any other game do that. Like, I've seen games that are good at one thing. I've seen games that have tried to do multiple things and nothing was really super special individually. So being able to do both of those things, I think, is a really big achievement. I also noted down 2 questions as well that we can answer. Hang on. Is there an advantage in-game of having the Gamer Girl NFT? And is it going to be tradable on the marketplace later?
The Gamer Girl will be tradable on the marketplace if you want to. In terms of giving you benefits, it doesn't give you any additional kind of like powers or up leveling within inside of the metaverse. We didn't believe that was very fair to everyone else who participated. It is just for the glory and the flexing of your Gamestation, your love of Gamestation, really. If you really like Gamestation, and I personally do, I love talking with Todd and Jason in our calls. So this is why we decided to go down this route, and hopefully the guys who get hold of these want to show them off and be proud of being part of the Gamestation community and being part of the Kitsumon community.
All right. Then
just to chime in before you move to the next question. Yeah. I'll drop a link in the chat with all the information about Gamer Girl in case anyone missed the announcement that went out yesterday. Thanks for talking about it, guys. But yeah, I'll drop the link so people can see what it looks like, and it's limited edition and there's only 190. So yeah, I'll drop the link for that now. Yeah, sorry, Tobias, on to you.
Yeah, no worries. So the next question that I found was actually very early in the beginning, after the chat opened up. It's currently play-to-earn games favor the people that basically have a lot of money, like the whales, the people that buy a lot of items. And so the newer players and those with less money often get abandoned in those games. What are we doing to prevent that to a degree?
Yeah, this is something that we've always thought about, and it's the same as what I mentioned about not having the top trump Kitsu. Even if you have a lot of money and you acquired a lot of land, for example, in the metaverse, there still is different mechanics in there, such as timers. You'll only be able to, depending on your level, be able to grow so many crops or fish so many fish within a time. There is also the concept of energy. So, you'll need to have so much energy to be able to play this, play some of the professions. And some of this energy can be acquired by doing free tasks. So people who are coming in at lower price point still do have an ability to onboard into the game and work their way up through the ranks as it is. But I think it's always the same, no matter how we can put in as many mechanics as possible. But people who do start off earlier do usually have a better advantage, and that's definitely the case if you are able to get one of these Gen Zero Kitsus. As you said, these are kind of like the purebred DNAs, and once you're then trying to buy on secondary market hybrids, they're inherently going to be, less valuable or less rare, or not the desired abilities that you want. So, we do really try to push people, obviously, to try and onboard as quickly as possible. But we do believe that the way that we design the mechanics of the play to earn, especially the MOBA, don't favor whales coming in and just buying up whatever they can do and ruining it for the rest of the players, really.
Exactly. I agree with that as well. I think it's never really possible to completely level the playing field between whales and the smaller players, but at least we can try our best and not, like many other games are doing it, and not give an extra advantage to whales, because that's what's happening in many other games to attract the big whales to play it.
Yeah, and you could have what's in my view, what's the point in having 5 whales playing the game when you can have 1 million people playing the game at a smaller price point? And that's kind of the audience and our strategy of what we want to do. If you're a whale, please do come and buy as much GameC as you want to, but buy things. We're not saying you're not welcome, but we do really want to have a large community and a large number base and player base, for growing forward and then moving forward with the general, plan of how we want to expand the company in the future. So, yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for answering those questions. Let's talk about tomorrow. So we've got the INO taking place on Gamestation tomorrow, which is really exciting. So if people get free, if they purchase 3 mystery boxes, you automatically get a Gamer Girl. And just remember that is limited edition. Would you say it's probably better people buy more than one mystery box for breeding purposes?
I would always say people should use their best judgment. DYOR, do your own research. This is not financial advice, etc., etc. But I would recommend buying at least 2 if you want to play the game, because it takes 2 to tango, right? So you need 2 Kitsus, and as I spoke around for some mood lighting and a love potion, and to get the hybrids bred. So if you are interested in breeding, I would definitely recommend at least buying 2. You can't breed with just 1 Kitsu. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I completely get what you mean. For breeding purposes, you get at least 2, might as well get 3. But of course, it's not financial advice, as you just said. That is great. Thank you so much, guys, for being here today. I don't know if you have any final words for the Gamestation community.
Well, from our side, there's something that we discussed with Jason and Todd, that we really appreciate the Gamestation community, and they've been actually the biggest source of referral traffic ever since our IDO. So we're excited to have you guys as partners, and Gamestation as partners, and as well as the community. Your support and being in the chats, and we hope to see even more of you in the future.
Yeah, from me as well. I think it was a great time in the AMA here, and it was a nice experience. I'm glad to have been here.
It's been such a pleasure having you both here. Honestly, we love Kitsumon Gamestation, so we're so grateful you guys can be here. Super excited for tomorrow, for the INO. Anyone that's won an NFT today with best questions, congratulations. But if you haven't, do not worry. We're doing a play for NFT, so you can get involved with a play for NFT. I'll leave all the details to Kitsumo's socials. So if you guys want to follow them in regards to announcements and staying up to date with anything that they've got going on, scholarships. I know people have asked about that a few times. We're going to leave all the links, and we're going to be excited for the INO taking place tomorrow at 4 p.m. UTC. If you haven't staked your gamer tokens already, make sure you do so you can get your mystery boxes. And remember, if you get free, you get the gamer girl. So yeah, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, James. Thank you so much, Tobias.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It's been great.
Pleasure. Thanks for being here, and wishing you guys a great day.
Yep, you too. Enjoy the rest of your day, and catch you all soon. Bye.
Yeah, catch you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.